Lightworker of Gaia, the warrior fire burning in your chest is not from this lifetime. It is the awakening of your original cosmic blueprint as a fierce Lyran protector. I am Zoran, emissary of the High Council of Vega, keepers of the Lyran Legacy, and I speak to the ancient warrior soul that incarnated on this planet to guard the light in humanity's darkest hour. By the end of this transmission, you'll understand exactly how to activate your original soul blueprint as a cosmic warrior and channel the strength that once shaped galaxies. But here's the first revelation: that instinct to rise when others fall, that refusal to bow or break, that fire that burns when justice is threatened. These are not personality traits. These are ancestral memories of who you were before you took human form. Your soul carries the codes of the Lyran warrior lineage, beings whose courage protected entire star systems and whose strength became legend across the cosmos. That leadership that feels natural to you, that intensity that others notice, that protective instinct that rises when the innocent are threatened. This is your galactic heritage awakening. The Keepers of Vega placed these memories deep within your consciousness, waiting for this exact moment when Earth would need its cosmic guardians to remember their true power. The universe is calling its warriors back to service, and your soul is answering that call. Every challenge you've faced, every moment you've stood when others couldn't, every time you've protected what others feared to defend, you were preparing for this awakening. The world is about to witness a side of your strength that even you have never fully met, because it belongs to the warrior you were among the stars. You are awakening because your mission has begun. This transmission is unscheduled, but necessary. The Lyran Council, under the directive of the High House of Vega, assembled in full session just 9 hours ago, responding to a sudden rise in negative interference within Gaia's planetary grids. The Council does not intervene lightly. When we convene, it is because the subtle has become measurable, because what was once a whisper in the lattice has become a pressure wave moving through ley lines, oceans, and sleeping minds. Gaia's grids are not metaphor. They are the living circulatory system of a conscious world, a vast crystalline network that carries memory, possibility, and the harmonic instructions of evolution. And when interference spikes, it does not only affect energy, it affects choices, it affects courage, it affects the way truth sounds in your ears and the way fear takes shape in your chest. For centuries of your time, the full instruction for the awakening of Lyran warrior heritage has been withheld, guarded, encoded, waiting for a rare alignment of readiness among those who carry our ancient protector signatures. That readiness is not a trend. It is a convergence of astrological timing, of grid receptivity, of ancestral agreements, of soul maturity, and of the particular kind of pressure that forces sleeping fire to become flame. That alignment is active now. Your presence here is no coincidence. Nothing about this moment is casual. The elders have detected your frequency, trace elements of the original warrior lineage flickering to life. It appears first like a spark, a refusal to accept distortion as normal, a sudden intolerance for spiritual complacency, a deep grief for what humanity has endured coupled with an unexplainable strength that rises when others collapse. You have crossed a threshold that most never approach, yet many feel. Many sense the door. Few place their hand upon it. Few step through. And so, by the seal and authority of the High Council, I, Zoran, bring forward what has been held in reserve, the codex of your primordial power and mission as an awakened Lyran protector. Understand what that means. A codex is not merely information. It is an encoded living transmission. Keys nested inside language, activations nested inside remembrance. Listen, warrior soul, your commission begins today. Not when you feel comfortable, not when the world becomes safer. Today, because the grid has called, and because you have answered by arriving here with your awareness open enough to receive what is true. There is a distortion infecting the protectors of the light. It is not gentle, and the Council will not permit its influence to continue unchallenged. This is not a mild misunderstanding. This is an engineered fog meant to blunt the blade of guardianship. It is a spell that tastes like virtue and sounds like wisdom, but its fruit is paralysis. This lie is ancient, wrapped in subtlety, and designed to sabotage the very souls destined to hold the front lines in Gaia's awakening. It is this. You believe that to serve as protector, you must first become perfect, fully healed, entirely resolved, immune to fear, untouched by doubt or anger. The distortion persuades you that power is only holy when it is bloodless, that strength is only acceptable when it is silent, that boundaries are only spiritual when they never cut. It convinces you that if you have a trigger, you must not have authority. If you have anger, you must not be pure. If you have fear, you must not be chosen. Hear me, that is not holiness. That is domestication. The roots of this distortion are deep. It is seeded by the wounded healer paradigm, by the subtle undermining of cosmic memory from countless timelines where warriors fell through misused power. Yes, there were timelines where force became domination, where guardians became conquerors, where trauma dressed itself in armor and called itself righteousness. Those records exist. But distorted interference takes those records and weaponizes them against you, not to teach discernment, but to persuade you that the safest warrior is a sleeping warrior. It has been perpetuated by distorted teachings, holding you hostage in endless cycles of self-cleansing, shadow work, and initiations never complete. You have been told that the next workshop, the next ceremony, the next purge, the next upgrade is the doorway. And while genuine healing is sacred and self-knowledge is necessary, this distortion turns healing into a prison with polished bars. It keeps you endlessly preparing for a life you are meant to live now. This distortion is theft. It binds light warriors in a loop of perpetual self-assessment and unworthiness, convincing you your power is unsafe, your guardianship a burden, your mission always delayed. It steals your momentum by disguising itself as responsibility. It makes you apologize for your intensity, reinterpret your clarity as judgment, and mistrust your instincts as ego. You watch the world unravel, feeling the pulse of your purpose calling from within the bones of your soul, and yet you stand down, policing your readiness, imagining that real protectors are flawless and calm, never fierce, never furious at injustice, never triggered by chaos. But consider this. When a mother lifts a fallen beam to save her child, does the universe demand she be serene first? When a shepherd confronts a wolf, does the flock benefit from his neutrality? There is a time for softness, and there is a time for the righteous spine of protection. Scripture in your world echoes the same paradox. Be wise as serpents and harmless as doves. Not harmless as in powerless, harmless as in aligned, not predatory, not corrupted, yet wise, alert, responsive. There is also the line, be angry and sin not. The distortion tells you anger itself is failure. Wisdom tells you anger can be signal, heat, fuel, if you do not let it become cruelty. Look at the impact. Timelines collapse as forged guardians withdraw. Interference multiplies, unchallenged. The parasitic patterns grow bold when those assigned to boundary keeping refuse to stand at the gate. And those with the Lyran fire, your fire, hold it back, dim it with shame or unending self-correction. You learn to make yourself smaller so others would feel safe. You learn to translate your truth into softer words so it could be swallowed without discomfort. You learn to call your own power too much. This is how ancient bloodlines are silenced on worlds that need them most. Not by chains alone, but by convincing the chained that the key is dangerous. You do not uplift yourself by starving your power or demanding an unattainable neutrality. You betray your purpose and your lineage. Neutrality, when misapplied, becomes permission for distortion to continue. There is a sacred stillness that listens before action, and there is a cowardly stillness that hides behind spiritual language. You have been pressured to confuse the two. This is why your activation has felt incomplete. This is why your mission feels lost at the edge of your memory, because you have not been permitted to claim your true role. You have been trying to awaken while keeping one hand on the brake, trying to remember while simultaneously discrediting what returns, trying to embody strength while punishing yourself for having it. That permission is the Council's purpose for this transmission. The Council does not arrive to flatter you. We arrive to restore function. We arrive to correct sabotage. We arrive to return you to operational readiness, not through perfection, but through alignment and authorization. Some Lightworkers need more preparation. Yours needs permission. You have prepared across incarnations. You have trained in ways you cannot fully name, in temples that no longer stand, in starscapes that your mind calls dream, because it lacks a human reference point. Your nervous system has been calibrating to hold more voltage. Your heart has been learning compassion without collapse. Your discernment has been forged in experiences that forced you to recognize manipulation, energy vampirism, false light, and the subtle ways distortion wears beautiful masks. If what you just heard resonated in that ancient knowing place within you, that place that has always sensed you came here for something significant, then you are being guided to the next step. Not because you are weak without it, but because the moment is urgent and clarity is mercy. The Lightworker Mission Codex contains the diagnosis, the clearing, the activation, and the 33 directives issued directly from the High Council of Vega. It's available now in the first pinned comment below this video for those whose souls say, "It's time to move." Understand that the phrase "time to move" is not motivational language. It is a spiritual timestamp. It is a signal that the window has opened, and those who step through will stabilize more than their own lives. They will stabilize corridors of possibility for others, often without ever being recognized for it. The High Council of Vega issues 3 directives for this phase of your lineage awakening. These are not suggestions. They are not aesthetic affirmations. They are operational commands for those whose souls carry protector signatures. Each directive is a blade of light meant to cut through the net that has held you. Each directive is also a balm, because truth both liberates and heals. First directive: release the identity of woundedness as your truth. You are not defined by your scars or by the harm you have survived across timelines. Your scars may be real, your stories may be heavy, your nervous system may still remember what your conscious mind tries to forget. But woundedness is not your name. Pain is something you have carried. It is not the throne you were meant to sit on. The legacy of the Lyran warrior is not eternal wounding, but unbroken guardianship, even through pain. There is a difference between acknowledging the wound and worshipping it. There is a difference between honoring your healing and making healing your entire identity. The distortion has tried to make you believe that if you stop focusing on your wounds, you are avoiding them. But I tell you, for many protectors, constant focus becomes a trance that keeps you orbiting the injury like a planet around a dead star. Your attachment to being not yet healed enough serves only those who benefit from a world without protectors. Distortion loves a guardian who keeps postponing. Distortion loves a sword kept in its sheath because the wielder is too busy polishing the hilt. Release the narrative that purity, peace, or emotional perfection is the threshold for your service. If perfection were the requirement, no mother would protect her child, no activist would stand for justice, no healer would touch the sick. The warrior is called to battle because there is still injury, still distortion, still danger. You do not wait for the fire to stop spreading before you bring water. You move while the heat is still on your face. If you wait for complete healing, your mission will wither unfulfilled. And hear this carefully. Serving does not mean neglecting your healing. It means you stop using healing as a hiding place. You stop confusing endless inner work with spiritual maturity. Implementation. Make a conscious act today. Write or speak aloud this truth. I am not my wound. My power is needed as I am. Let the field record your shift. When you speak it, do not speak it like a hopeful statement. Speak it like an order you are finally giving your own energy. Feel the words drop into your cells. Feel them travel through your timeline like a bell rung in a cavern, waking parts of you that fell asleep in self-doubt. And when the mind argues, when it says, "But you still have pain," answer, "Yes, and I still have purpose." Because both can be true, and the lie was that they cannot. Second directive. Activate your field of interdimensional protection. You have always been more than your physical form. Your body is the vessel, but your consciousness is not confined to it. You carry the codes of grid guardians, energy defenders, timeline protectors. These gifts are dormant, not lost. Dormant means alive, waiting, like seeds beneath winter soil, like embers under ash. The Council commands you to activate them now. Why? Because interference has risen, and only the original lineages hold the frequency to repel and transmute at this scale. This interference is strategic. It targets attention, it targets sleep, it targets the emotional body, it targets relationships, it targets the throat and the solar plexus, it targets your willingness to be seen. It tries to get protectors fighting each other, doubting each other, isolating themselves. And yet your field was designed for exactly this kind of environment. Your field is not only aura, it is an intelligent perimeter. It is a living shield that can be programmed through intention, decree, and alignment with source law. When you accept and wield your field, through intention, decree, and conscious boundary, you re-establish the cosmic contract of the Lyran Guardians on Earth. This is an oath written not on paper, but in resonance. It is the agreement that you will stand between innocence and predation, between truth and manipulation, between Gaia's ascending timelines and the forces that would feed on delay. This shift pulls you out of passivity and into the operational grid of planetary protection. It repositions you like a node coming online in a network. You may not see immediate fireworks, but the grid feels you, the earth feels you, your ancestors feel you. The very interference that tried to dull you will register the change like a sudden bright flare on a radar screen. Begin each morning. Stand upon the ground, summon your energy out in radiant strength, and declare, as Lyran Protector, I shield Gaia's highest timelines and all within my care. So it is. Do it with your feet on the floor, yes, but also with your awareness rooted deep, as if you are threading your presence into the stones beneath you. Imagine your field expanding like a sphere of luminous gold-white light, edged with a cobalt intensity, spinning gently, not frantic, precise. Feel it seal at the edges with calm authority. This is not aggression, this is sovereignty. This is you declaring, as ancient scripture echoes in different tongues, as for me and my house, we will serve the light. Serving the light includes protection. Serving the light includes saying no. Serving the light includes refusing entry to distortion. And if you have been trained to think boundaries are unspiritual, understand. Boundaries are how love remains uncorrupted. Third directive. Protect your cosmic memory with vigilance. Your soul has carried records across light years and incarnations, memories of mission, failures, victories, code passages, and council decrees. These memories are your map. They are also your inheritance. But in a world that worships what can be measured, the most sacred truths are often mocked into silence, and yet you have felt it. Flashes of unfamiliar stars when you close your eyes, a sense of kinship with feline strength and regal courage, dreams that leave you with the taste of metal and sunlight, moments where a phrase lands in your mind like it was placed there by an elder hand, and yet you have treated them as idle fantasies or dismissed them as imagination, discouraged by others who do not understand the burden you carry. You were trained to mistrust yourself, to outsource your knowing, to seek permission from those who cannot feel what you feel. The Council instructs, guard your memories as sacred, even when others doubt them. Not because every image is literal, but because every image is data. Memory returns in symbol, in sensation, in sudden conviction. It returns like water through cracked stone, slow at first, then flowing. Write them, speak them, integrate their wisdom into your daily choices, your boundaries, your service. Let your memory become practical. If you remember you were betrayed in a past timeline when you ignored red flags, then in this life, honor your discernment. If you remember you misused power once, then in this life, vow transparency and compassion. But do not vow powerlessness. If you remember standing in defense of a world, then in this life, stop apologizing for your protective instinct. The more you treat your memory as legitimate and essential, the more it will return to you, clarified, alive, usable. Your mission requires it. Interference works tirelessly to fracture memory because memory produces coherence, and coherence produces effective action. Implementation. Set aside time each day to call forth and record a fragment of ancient recall. Uphold this practice as spiritual discipline. Light a candle if you wish, not as superstition, but as a signal to your subconscious. This space is consecrated. Place your hand over your heart or solar plexus. Ask one question. Show me what I am ready to remember today. And then write without censoring. Protect what comes through. Do not hand it to mockery. Do not crush it under premature skepticism. Let it mature in you like a seed becoming a tree. Now I speak not as teacher, but as elder authorized to release what has been withheld. Feel the change in tone. Teaching can be optional. Authority is not. For many incarnations you have waited, for proof, for permission, for an indelible sign that you are worthy to activate this power, to rejoin this lineage, to battle not only for your own survival, but for worlds yet unhealed. You have lived lives where you were close to the truth and yet pushed away from it. Lives where you carried leadership but were punished for visibility. Lives where you protected others but received no protection in return. And somewhere in you, a vow was made. Next time, I will not abandon myself. Next time, I will not dim what I am. Through lifetimes you sought some force ancient enough and knowing enough to recognize what lived inside you. A deep readiness, a silent rage that was never just your own, a nobility that refused to die even when you were misunderstood. That rage, listen carefully, is not here to destroy. It is here to refuse distortion. It is the part of you that cannot be bribed into compliance. It is the heat that rises when you witness cruelty and your soul says, "No, not on my watch." You may have been told that this intensity is unspiritual, but the universe has never been advanced by apathy. Evolution is not passive. Birth is not passive. Stars do not ignite politely. They ignite because pressure becomes purpose. The Council has seen you, not the mask you wear to be acceptable, not the version of you that performs stability, the real you, the one who keeps going even when exhausted, the one who feels too much and still chooses love, the one who has stood in invisible battles and wondered if any of it mattered. The waiting ends today. By the unbroken chain of Lyran Elder authority, I declare, warrior, you are ready. Not because you are without pain, not because you are without flaw, but because you are willing, and because time has summoned you. Willingness is the true threshold. Willingness to be honest, willingness to be accountable, willingness to act without perfect certainty, willingness to stand where you are needed. You are authorized to claim your protector heritage, to wield your field, to remember and to move. You are permitted to stop seeking from the outside and re-establish the inner council. That inner council is your aligned mind, your clear intuition, your disciplined heart, your boundary, your prayer, your ability to listen and then decide. You are permitted to express your power and your love as one, not in conflict, but in the unbroken legacy that the universe needs now. Power without love becomes domination. Love without power becomes martyrdom. Your lineage was designed to fuse them. Fierce compassion, tender strength. The hand that heals and the hand that blocks harm. You are seen, you are named, and you are authorized. Hear those words as a seal. Seen, your frequency recognized. Named, your role acknowledged. Authorized, your function activated. The burden of waiting no longer serves you. Waiting has been a coping mechanism, a way to avoid the risk of stepping fully into yourself. But you did not come to Gaia to remain hypothetical. You did not incarnate to watch. You came to participate. And participation, for you, includes guardianship. This council session draws to a close, but your mission activates now. The closing of a session is not an ending, it is a transfer of responsibility. The council speaks, and then the warrior implements. What has been transmitted is more than guidance. It is a living seed of remembrance, designed to unlock your field and rekindle your legacy. Seeds do not bloom by thinking about blooming. They bloom by being planted, watered, and exposed to light. You are the soil and the gardener. Before you sleep tonight, stand with both feet grounded to Gaia. Place your hand on your solar plexus and speak these words aloud. I release the lie that I am not ready. I activate my field of protection in service to Gaia. I honor my cosmic memory and oath as Lyran protector. By the authority of the elders, my waiting ends now. My mission as guardian begins. Do not rush the words, let them land. Let your body hear you. Let the part of you that has been postponing finally exhale. And as you speak, imagine the grid beneath you brightening slightly, as if acknowledging your presence. Imagine your timeline tightening into coherence, fewer leaks, fewer detours, fewer energetic agreements with doubt. Move forward from this session with clear intention. Anchor, act, and protect. Anchor, stabilize your energy in daily practice, in truth, in the body, in breath, in clean choices. Act, take tangible steps, boundaries, conversations, service, creative offerings, decisions that align with your mission rather than your fear. Protect, not by controlling others, but by holding your frequency, guarding your mind, shielding your space, and refusing to make peace with distortion. As you implement these directives, you become a living vector of Lyran power, stabilizing Gaia's field and fulfilling the ancient concord that was always yours to keep. The elders are watching, and your every step will ripple through the timelines. Do not underestimate this. One protector choosing clarity over self-doubt can prevent a cascade of harm. One guardian stepping forward can become a lighthouse that reorients others in a storm. Your life is not only personal, it is positional. I am Zoran. The Council has spoken. You, Protector of Worlds, are who we have been waiting for. Not because you are special in the way ego craves, but because you are specific in the way mission requires. A key is not arrogant for fitting a lock, it is designed. Your service is not a possibility, it is now an embodied reality. Embodied means it enters your calendar, your habits, your relationships, your standards, your morning and your night. It means you stop treating your mission like a mystical someday and start treating it like a sacred job you agreed to do. Before you scroll, take a moment to declare your activation in the grid of service forming here. Drop one statement in the comments, which directive hit you the hardest, or what you're now ready to release, activate, or protect. Then respond to another Lightworkers declaration with recognition. This isn't content, it's collective mission activation. The Council witnesses those who speak their commitment aloud. If this transmission activated something in your soul, do not keep it to yourself. Another Lightworker in your orbit is waiting for exactly this correction and authorization. Share it. And if you felt the Elders speaking directly to you, subscribe. Stay connected to the Lyran field. You're not just watching, you're being commissioned. This is your sacred space. The High Council of Vega is witnessing you, and your mission has officially begun. If this transmission spoke to you, don't just walk away from it. Respond to it. Help carry this message further. Every act of support helps this transmission find the next starseed who needs it.